Do you feel strong emotions like anxiety, sadness, grief, anger, and you want to run away from it because you feel ashamed, because you feel that's not right to feel those emotions, or that I don't have a right to express those emotions? Let's talk about emotions. We all have it. That's what makes us human. Yet nobody has taught us how to process our emotions correctly. Nobody has taught us that they are integral part of us being human. And I want to talk about it, how unresolved emotions can keep us keep us stuck in a loop, and it just stops us moving forward. Hi, my name is Sangeeta. I'm a Reiki healer and a life coach, and I want to today talk about emotions. And yes, I want to do a webinar as well where I talk about the importance of all the emotions and how it can really create a beautiful life if we only understand them and we know how to express them in a healthy way. See, what happens is when the child is growing up, you take a 2-year-old child having a tantrum in the middle of the mall, or where you're surrounded by people. What are your first thoughts? Your first thoughts are, that oh my God, you feel ashamed as a parent. You feel, oh my God, how do I divert that child's mind? And so either we'll give them a sweet or we'll them divert them with something else, because we are feeling uncomfortable that my child, who is only 2 years old or 5 years old, is creating a scene by expressing how they're feeling. Or maybe they don't know how to express. Maybe they're tired, maybe they're hungry, and they don't know the words. So, we are teaching that child from a very young age that, hey, being yourself, being authentic self, being having a tantrum or expression of that emotion, strong emotion, is not right. And so we start to um, divert their mind. We'll start to do something else or avoid that situation if we can, totally. And that's where we need to take really a hard look on ourselves and think, why are we so afraid of emotions? Why are we so afraid of pain? Why are we so afraid of the things that are part of who we are? I mean, I was having a chat with a family friend 2, 3 days ago, and I was saying that I remember feeling all those strong emotions. Even suddenly, sometimes my grief sets in, and I'm like sitting and having a laugh with my friends, and suddenly I start crying. And then I take it, I remember something about my husband, or I remember something about my childhood experience or a recent experience with somebody, which was not nice, and I could do that, and I don't feel shy to feel vulnerable, but yet I see the eyes around me and saying, well, why do you have to cry? Or sometimes people say, hey, that's okay, so then you get all those kind of expressions. People get uncomfortable around you when you're vulnerable, and I really need to talk about that, because when I was really young, I remember I used to have strong emotions like anger. I used to get angry at things which were not fair when I could see some of the adults are not behaving in a certain way, and they were just, just having that power over us that, you need to know better, or you shouldn't express how you feel, or you shouldn't say what you see, And so I was trying to learn that, okay, what I feel um, is not right. So how can I suppress that emotion, which is not right? Because I was getting that message across again and again and again, is that being sensitive, being kind, being vulnerable is not nice. It's not right. And people don't have time for your emotions. People don't have time for what you have to say or you have to complain. But as a soul, I tried really hard to learn those things. But as my soul is so strong, it just feels very deeply. And I really feel that I'm here to feel everything so I can heal it. And I could really, when I was told that was not right behavior, it just didn't sat well with me. And I thought, no, actually, what I'm feeling is right. I have to honor my emotions. And yet I was given a very different message. I still kept on creating that kind of place, safe space for myself, although it was mostly at nights when nobody could see me. I could cry, or in the bathroom, or anywhere, but I knew that I had to process those emotions. But when I see around me, all the adults I see around, be it a parent, be it a friend, be it a young child, we all feel the pain that comes up. We want to just run away from it. Either we want to avoid talking about it, we want to suppress it by doing something else, we want to ignore it. Whatever we can do, we do to avoid feeling that emotion. And I really wanted to come and talk to you about that. That is not a healthy way. Unsuppressed emotion do cause us so much of havoc. It just stops us moving forward in our life. Especially it stops us connecting to our loved ones in a deeper, intimate way. Again, it could be any relationship, because if I cannot be honest with myself, if I cannot feel those emotions, what I'm feeling, what I'm here to feel, how can I be connecting honestly and being authentic with other people? I cannot. So it's really, really important. And I'm looking around, we are having a lot of mental health challenges, not just with the youngsters, but with adults as well. And like, I have gone through depression and anxiety. And like I said, for last 2 years, I've been feeling that intense grief. It's getting better and better. I'm getting better at dealing with it because I really feel into it. I really, really go into it. And I know how I can overcome that. Yet it's not an easy process. It's not that two people's grief is same and how they deal with it is same. And yet, I give myself that time and space. And I really hope that as teachers, as parents, we learn about emotions and we can teach our kids by sharing our experiences, by showing them how we can express our emotions very openly and how we can be vulnerable with them, so they feel safe to come back and be vulnerable. Because all these strong emotions, we feel it. And again, sorry, I missed the point that I was talking to our family friends, and this something comes out to me, and I said, look, I'm not a god and I'm not a stone. I'm a human being, and human beings feel. And if we are not doing that, if we are not feeling into our emotions, we are doing a great disservice to ourselves and to others. So we really, really need to think that this cannot carry on. So we need to find a way to understand our emotions, the importance of them, and how we can create a safe space to really feel them, to heal them, and see what's going on. I will be doing a free webinar on emotions. So if you're a person who is very sensitive like me, who feels very deeply, or a person who has told themselves, especially men, we tell them in a society that, oh, you have to be strong, don't be weak, or don't show your emotions, or don't cry, and don't this. And you've been feeling those because it doesn't matter what gender you are. We all feel emotions and we all need to process emotions. So I will share a little write-up as well below this video, how it can create havoc in our life, the hidden cost of ignoring your emotions. And we can look at the impact of unprocessed emotions. But what I would like you to do is, if you want to know more, as I said, it's a totally free webinar. Just say yes in the comment and I'll send you the link. I will be doing this webinar in next 2 weeks. And as long as, I get few people responding yes, I will decide a date and I will send you the link as well. I'll decide on 2 dates. So one can be midweek and one can be weekend, so more people can join. And I really, really feel that if you're feeling those emotions, don't run away from that pain. And I always say that to my clients, my friends, my family, is that pain, that challenge that has come to you, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for either you have to stand up in your power, either you have to accept something about you that you're not accepting. That pain and challenge, if we look at it as a gift, that because of that pain, if we process it, if we look at it, we can actually grow as a human being, we can grow as a soul and become stronger and stronger. We will never want to run away from our pain or challenges. We will never want to avoid the the discussions, we will never kind of suppress those emotions and feeling ashamed of what we feel and how strongly we feel. So I really hope that helps, and I'll hopefully hear from you in the comments. As I said, just put yes or share how you felt ashamed or how you suppress your emotions and how it's creating havoc in your body, because emotions that are not expressed is going to stay stuck in your body, and that creates a lot of physical ailments, which we get treated. But if we can understand emotions and how to process it, we will avoid a lot of physical ailments and illnesses. So yes, I'll hear from you, and then I will share the link. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day, and see you soon. Bye.